1st, 1939, a fateful day for Poland. Exactly 76 years ago, over 1,000 German troops began the invasion of Poland, also known as the September Campaign, an offensive that marked the beginning of World War II in Europe. It only took about a month for the Nazis to conquer the country and even divide it with the Soviet Union under the terms of the German-Soviet Frontier Treaty. Under the German occupation, Poland became a graveyard for nearly 3 million Jews murdered in the death camps. But killing Jews was not the only goal. The Nazis also persecuted, deported, and executed Poles in an attempt to completely destroy Polish culture. 70 years after the end of the war, the impact of these events is still very much present. Our focus this week is on Poland.
Focus on Poland. I'm Tal Heinrich. World War II got underway when a German battleship opened fire on a small Polish military depot in what was then the free city of Danzig and today Gdansk on the Baltic Sea coast. There's not even a sign to tell visitors that the opening shots of the most devastating war in history were fired at this very spot, but 5 years from now there will be. The planned World War II museum to be built at a cost of about 25 million euros. And now joining us from Gdansk is the museum's CEO, Dr. Paweł Machcewicz. Hello, sir. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
So what is the exhibition at the museum intended to focus about?
Our main goal is to present the complete history of the Second World War, but with a special emphasis on the historical experience of Poland and other countries of Central Europe. This experience was usually overlooked, neglected, or even was missing in the dominant historical narratives in the museums, for example, in the Western world.
What aspect of World War II related to Poland, of course, tends to be overlooked by the Western war narrative?
First, the extent of the brutality of German Nazi occupation. Also, we would like to present the story of Soviet aggression and Soviet occupation, which is usually overlooked in the Western world. We will present the story of the cooperation of the Soviet Union with Nazi Germany, which lasted until June 1941. So a part of our message will be the story about the long-term consequences of the Second World War, which, in case of Poland, were overcome only in 1989, much later than in case of Western Europe.
The war took the lives of more than 3 million Polish Jews, over 90% of the pre-war Jewish population. How does the Polish education system address this topic?
We have to deal with deficiencies of the education system during the communist time. During the communist time, the official version of the World War II in Poland was that just 6 million of Polish citizens, or even of Poles, as it was said, were killed by the Germans. And usually it was not said openly that 3 million of them were Polish Jews who were murdered by the Germans. It was a sort of, putting into one number of 6 million all nationalities who were murdered, all former Polish citizens. So only after the collapse of the communist system in 1989, the Polish education system, the Polish media, Polish state began to recognize the full tragedy of the Jewish people.
Professor, thank you so much for this interview, and we wish you good luck in the opening. And now we move on to the mystery that has been preoccupying all Europe over the past few weeks, the Nazi gold train. It all started when two people in Poland reached out to the authorities claiming that they have found a Nazi-era train hidden underground in Poland and carrying gold, gems, and valuable art. Of course, they demanded a finder's fee. Then last week, the Polish government announced it is almost certain it has located the train. Now, these are the only facts known so far. Let's hear some more details and speculations from a local historian, Joanna Lamparska, who's now joining us from Warsaw. Hello, thank you, Joanna. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. So let's start with, how could a train remain hidden for 70 years?
Somewhere very close to Książ Castle, between two small cities, Świebodzice city and Lubiechów city, on the 65th kilometer of a road, train disappears. Train is vanished. Nobody knows where the train is. We don't know where those two guys situate the train and where it may be located, but a lot of people now, in those days, gives new information, and we have a real rush, gold rush in Lower Silesia.
So what do we latest know from the latest findings? What did the train actually contain?
2 days ago, main heritage warden in Poland, Mr. Żuchowski, he's in range of minister, he said that he is absolutely sure, in 99%, you may say it's absolutely sure that
Right.
the train is there, and it has a cargo with some military stuff. That's what he said. But the legend is that it could carry gold. Some people say about 300 tons of gold.
Wow.
It could carry documents, also precious metals, valuable things. We don't know what it could be, but we hope that it is in there and someday we will see the cargo.
So in case it is loaded with some kind of treasure, who does it belong to?
We don't know what is there. If you have to check it because perhaps it may be a Polish gold, it may be Jewish gold, it may be Russian valuable items. We still don't know. It will be cleared out after opening the tunnel. If, as I said before, the train really exists, perhaps it's just a debris. But everybody hopes that we have something in there.
We will keep following. Thank you so much, Joanna Lamparska.
Thank you so much, and we ask you to come to this region. It's so beautiful and full of mysteries.
And we love, of course, interesting stories, and we actually have some more of these. Let's see what else is going on in Poland.
Poland's defense minister says the U.S. will deploy heavy weapons to the EU member next year, as regional tensions run high over Russia and the conflict in the Ukraine. The U.S. had said in June it would store battle tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, and other heavy weapons for as many as 5,000 American troops in several Baltic and Eastern European countries. Poland is urging the EU to factor in a potential mass exodus of Ukrainians to Poland in its migration policy. The Polish government says Polish society is ready to welcome refugees because Poles have a history of receiving help from abroad. The war in Ukraine has so far created 600,000 refugees, the UN says, many of whom have fled to Russia. Students from the AGH University of Science and Technology in Krakow have won a NASA competition for the best planetary probe. They deployed and landed a planetary probe in a model fashion, attaining nearly the maximum number of points. They beat 59 teams from all over the world, coming first in the competition hosted in the United States by NASA.
I buck lunch. I'm going.
The first branch of U.S. fast food chain Dairy Queen is due to open in Warsaw this September. Polish company Sparrow 4 will be franchising the American chain, which began operating in 1940 and serves products such as hamburgers, ice cream, and milkshakes. Poland will be the first European country to host a Dairy Queen branch. Paris Hilton visited Poland for the International Fashion Fair. She was invited to the event to host and DJ the opening night gala after party. The celebrity, heiress to the Hilton Hotel empire, is also expected to participate in a show of Polish designers during her visit.
Robert Biedroń already made history once in Poland by becoming the first openly gay lawmaker in parliament in 2011. Last year, he became the country's first openly gay mayor. His political success is considered as a sign of the change that has overtaken the deeply conservative and Catholic country in the last decade. And now, let's say hi to him, the mayor of Słupsk, Robert Biedroń. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Hello, nice to see you.
So your country has a reputation of a pretty conservative country in general, more specifically in its attitude towards different kinds of minority groups within the society. Is your entry to politics viewed as a representative of a new era in Polish democracy?
Oh, Polish democracy is changing very fast, and you can see it on every corner in every city around Poland. And it's still very mono-religious, monocultural, mono-ethnical country. So very really you will see people with different color of the skin, different religion, different point of views. It's quite invisible. But what is visible is this willingness of being part of Europe, of being open, tolerant, and you will see more and more people who will declare that they don't have anything against gay pride or anything against people of different color of the skin or different religion being integral part of this society. And I find it as a very successful story of Poland.
Mr. Bidron, lately your country was ranked as country number 51 in the Gay Happiness Index. Venezuela, Hungary, all ranked higher. Tell us a bit about the struggle of the gay community in this country.
It's still a struggle, and even though the social climate is changing and the society is becoming more and more open, and things like electing a mayor like me in Słupsk now became an ordinary thing, still the legislation is somewhere left aside, and we still need to solve a lot of issues concerning registered partnerships, homophobic hate crimes, gender assignment, anti-discrimination issues, and those legislation still needs to be fixed.
Interesting. And I have one more question to you. Are you considering running for presidency in the future? And I'm asking this because I know some people that say that you have good chances.
Well, the term of the mayor of the city is 4 years, and in Poland, the mayor is called president. So I'm already a president. I don't need to be a president of Poland to be a president, and it's enough for me.
Okay, we'll see about that. Thank you so much, Robert Bidron.
I hope to see you again too, and I've been several times to Israel, and I love Israel. I love Dana International. I remember Dana International, and I invite you all to Poland. It's a really wonderful country.
Our next guest is a Polish-Nigerian singer, composer, and songwriter. Uda. She gained her reputation after participating in a Polish music competition and a reality show called Must Be the Music. Uda's debut album was released in 2013, and a year after, she was nominated for a Debut of the Year award. Now let's say hi to her in Warsaw. Thank you so much for being with us. Hi.
Hello. Thank you for the invitation.
So I know you sing in Polish, but also in English. Were you initially targeting an international audience, or just recently?
I tried to reach, a big audience, yes, on my first album. So I wasn't sure how my music will be perceived in Poland. So it was the reason why I sing in English and in Polish.
And Ify, what kind of influence does your interesting background as a Polish-Nigerian singer has on your music?
I believe my origins have a big influence on my work, but in a natural way. When I create my music, my work, I don't think like, oh, it should sound like African soul or R&B. I just sing, I just make music.
And Polish society has a reputation of being unnecessarily welcoming towards the other. And I wanted to ask you, from your experience as part of this society, how did it shape your personality?
Poland wasn't a pleasant place for foreigners, for different cultures, especially in the 90s. But now it changed, especially Warsaw. I perceive Warsaw as a multicultural city, which I love very much, and I feel good. Now I feel good in Poland, in Warsaw, because I see a lot of different, people on the streets. So Yes, of course. Sometimes I feel like different. It's in Poland, but I try to use that experience as some kind of inspiration for my work.
Thank you so much for this interview, Ifire.
Thank you very much. Take care.
And before we say goodbye to you and see you next time, of course, we want to leave you with the beautiful sounds of Ifire.
Baby, you don't love me so like I am loving you, baby. I say, why?